boxing fans, we are ready for our fourth bout of the evening. Introducing first, the blue corner, Nick the Brick.
Oh, thank you.
Here we have walking to the ring, Somthonit Phoumychak, also known as Nit the Brick, out of Banning, California. He's 0-3, though all of his fights have been against fighters making their pro debut. One of his losses is by TKO. He says he fights for his heritage. He's a Laotian American. What do you think about fighting for that kind of motivation there?
Well, that's a lot of pressure, but he told me yesterday after the weigh-in that he was excited to fight and he was looking forward to fighting, and nothing's ever really gone his way, and he just wants an opportunity to come out here and perform, and I'm looking forward to see what he does.
He says he started watching Mike Tyson. He has zero amateur background, but when I asked him who his favorite fighters were, he said Gennady Golovkin and Vasily Lomachenko. He took this fight on 2 or 3 days' notice, though, and he says nonetheless he's ready to come in scrapping. However, the guy that he's going in against here is Andre Keys out of Tacoma, Washington. 7-1, 3 knockouts, 27 years old. His lone loss was in his second pro fight. He was TKO'd by the relatively unheralded Thomas Turner at the Emerald Queen Casino in 2016. But he said he takes that as a learning experience, and here he is.
Andre Keys, I know his father. I know his uncle. I trained at their gym in Tacoma, Washington. He was a little kid, and they have a really good boxing program up there with Coach Tom L. Mustin, who was an Olympic coach and a nationally ranked amateur coach. They have good fundamentals up there, and I'm curious to see, and I'm excited at the same time to see how he looks tonight.
Tacoma, Washington is like the hub of boxing currently in the Pacific Northwest. That's where Andre Keys is out of, and we'll see what he can get done tonight.
All right, boxing fans, this is our fourth bout of the evening. This fight is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division. Introducing first, representing Reading Boxing Club and Spartan Boxing, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the blue trunks with white trim. He holds a professional record of no wins with 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs in at 150.2 pounds. Fighting out of Cottonwood, California, introducing Nick the Brick. And now, introducing his opponent, representing Tacoma Boxing Club and fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks, trimmed in gold. He holds a professional record of 7 wins with only 1 defeat. 3 of his wins have come by way of knockout. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 148 pounds. Fighting out of Tacoma, Washington, introducing Andre Keys. Your referee, Ed Calantes.
Referee Ed Calantes stepping in to give both fighters instructions here. Make no mistake, Andre Keys is being brought in as the favorite, as the star, as the showcase. He's the fighter who is the 5-time Tacoma Golden Gloves champion. He is the guy fighting out of the Tacoma Boxing Club, which is exactly that kind of cheer you heard when he got announced by Garrett Fertig, the announcer. A lot of guys behind us, Marquise Weston, Nick Jefferson, these guys fighting out of Tacoma who know Andre Keys well. We're all expecting big things out of him. We're going to see where this goes tonight. Here we are underway.
And I would say about Tacoma, guys from Tacoma, they have very good boxing ability and awareness. Really poised and with a great base in boxing, and should be good.
You know, one of these dangers about fighting a guy, even though he's 0-3, like Somthonit Phoumychak, he's wily, he's awkward, he has a strange style, he reaches for punches from kind of awkward angles. That's very dangerous. It's tough to predict, and it's especially tough to predict for a guy like Andre Keys, who tends to be a little more orthodox, a little bit more straight up and down.
That's accurate. When you're facing a guy that doesn't really follow the rules, with the way he attacks and the punches he throws and the angles he may produce in the ring, it's very difficult. And because it's not textbook, and Nit seems to be that type of guy, to where he's got pretty fast hands also.
He's very deceptive, because you look at that 0-3 record and you think, 0-3, how good could he be? But then you see him in here, his fundamentals actually look pretty solid overall. He just has a very strange rhythm, and that rhythm can be very difficult to figure out. Already he's caught Andre Keys with a few shots, but Andre Keys is getting those straight punches working for him.
Andre Keys is starting to get that rhythm together, putting those combinations together, body, head, body. He's looking like a prospect right now. Good pot shot, straight right hands, fast. We call them trigger right hands. They're really fast. They're not really meant to be hard, but they can catch you and stun you.
Those lead right hands that are surprising, they don't necessarily have to be hard if they get your attention, and they have gotten the attention of Nit the Brick here tonight. Andre Keys also going to the body with that left hook relatively well there.
He is. He seems to be having a really good body shot.
Right hand to the body doubles Nit the Brick over, and you can see it on his face. That hurt. Keys goes back to the body like a seasoned pro.
And he's landing some really good body shots. He's keeping his distance. There's a common thing that happens when you do throw body shots. You can risk banging heads with the other guy, but he's keeping his head out of the range. His body shots are tight. He's able to get his hands back up to protect himself. Good fundamentals.
Nit the Brick somehow kind of fished his way out of trouble there. Wriggled around, and now he's landing those slapping shots again. End of round one. Andre Keys with a very good first round. Doubled Nit the Brick over in that last minute. Looked almost on the verge of scoring a knockdown there. Nit the Brick, wily, but he's having trouble in there.
He is. Andre Keys looked to be like an operator operating in there, or a surgeon operating, landing body, head, body. He's using a very good stiff jab to keep the distance. And he's going to the body and going back up top. And that crowd is work. A lot of times with a lot of fighters, when they feel like they're building their career, they want to knock guys out, look impressive, they kind of crowd themselves or rush in. He's very patient with his attack, but he's getting some good work. He's making those punches count.
Right about at the start of round two, and I know what you mean there. Often you see guys over-eager, falling down, missing punches and stuff like that because they want that knockout that bad. We'll see if Andre Keys can figure something out over Nit the Brick here in round two. Andre Keys looking to open things up with that left hook. Missed by a few inches, but I can't imagine he'll be missing that shot for too long.
Looks like he's trying to set him up to stick a jab out first and make him reach, and then follow with a left hook. Make that right hand reach for the jab and then hit him with a left hook. That's what it looks like he's trying to do. But he's also mixing his attack up, going to the body, going up top.
Nit the Brick's right elbow coming down after those two left hooks to the body. And another straight right hand leading it off for Andre Keys.
Nit seems to be, he's a tough guy. It looks like the shots that are really affecting him are more of the body shots. The head shots, he's kind of eating those shots and coming right back. But the body shots, seem to be wearing a bit. I mean, you can see that they affect him when he does get hit with a good body shot.
Those body shots can get just about anybody, eh, Steve?
Absolutely. As we're watching Andre Keys operate with that jab, keeping his distance.
You know, Somthonit Phoumychak having difficulty finding much consistency with his offense, and he just got nailed with the right hand that sent him to the ropes. Seems to not mind it too much, but you're not going to win the fights getting hit with right hands like that.
As Keys turned southpaw now, operating with a southpaw jab.
And a kind of modified right hand drove Nit the Brick into the ropes.
Good body work.
Keys goes right back to the body. Pawing right jab from Andre Keys, and then another hard one. He hasn't followed up with his left hand much, though.
He hasn't. He's kind of pot-shotting with the right hand. It looked like he's scoring, and he switches back to orthodox.
Now, Andre Keys' only loss to Thomas Turner a couple years ago, he said that what happened was he got back to the ropes, put his chin up, got nailed. You see him tucking his chin a lot more tonight.
We do. We see him holding his hands in a good spot. He's getting out of range from punches. He's aware of his distance. He seems to have learned a lot from that fight, and he's in a good position with his hands.
Andre Keys with another good round in round two. Somthonit Phoumychak finishes the round with a bloody nose.
And Nit seems to be he's a very tough guy, and they would have to watch him as they're waving it off. The fight looks to be over. Nit is getting hit. He was getting hit with good pot shots, and I was just about to say before they waved it off that they need to be careful, because some guys can be too tough for their own good.
And there goes Andre Keys over to give Somthonit Phoumychak a hug, just as a show of respect for a tough guy. I think that was probably the right decision. Nit the Brick just had nothing for Andre Keys, unfortunately. And Andre Keys gets out with a stoppage win after 2 rounds. Really took it to Nit the Brick there in the end of the second round, and there was nowhere for him to go. Funnily enough, Andre Keys was actually getting a talking to from his corner right before the stoppage. He had a look on his face like, why are you telling me this? But then they stopped it and it didn't matter.
And I believe his coach, Tom Mustin, who was my amateur coach, was telling me we need to pick it up, we need to put those punches together, and we need to get this guy out of here. And the shots he did earlier, previous round, the corner saw enough, the referee saw enough, and he was able to stop him. But I thought Keys looked really good, poised, experienced, and he looked like he was working on a few things tonight.
Look, he looked real sharp. And again, I said earlier, it might sound like it's easy to look sharp against an 0-3 guy. However, not easy to look good against a guy who's not going to necessarily cooperate at 0-3. That's not a cooperative 0-3.
It's not. He came out trying some things, and Keys did the smartest thing you can do, is that's use your jab, establish that left jab, and in some cases he turned it into a right jab, and show his improvement, his experience, and his boxing IQ, and a good solid win.
All right, boxing fans, after 3 rounds, we have a technical knockout due to a referee stoppage. Your winner by TKO, Andre Keys.